Dear students, today I am going to give lecture on cephalosporin. So what are the contents of cephalosporin? First is the definition, second is the historical background, third is chemistry of cephalosporin, next is your classification of cephalosporin, next is your SAR of cephalosporin, next is your mechanism of action of cephalosporin, and last is your therapeutic uses of cephalosporin. So first is the definition. So what is the definition? That is generally beta-lactam antibiotics. First is your penicillin, second is your major group is cephalosporin. So it is a broad spectrum antibiotic and it is resistant to penicillinase enzyme, and it is derived from the microorganism Acremonium caesogenum. Next is the history of cephalosporin. It is generally these are derived from fungus Acremonium, and it is previously known as cephalosporium. Next is it is first cephalosporic chemical compound was isolated from Cephalosporium Acremonium, and it is discovered by Eusebius Grotius in 1948. Next is your chemistry of cephalosporin. That is cephalosporin contains two ring, that is beta-lactam ring. Second is your dihydrothiazine ring, and also at 7 position it contains acyl side chain. So there are two ring systems are there. So it is known as bicyclic ring system, and it contains 4-member beta-lactam ring fused to 6-member dihydrothiazine ring system. So nucleus of most cephalosporin are known as 7-amino cephalosporinic acid. It is 7-ACA. Next, classification of cephalosporins. That is, cephalosporins are classified according to generation. That is, first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. In generation, first generation, that is according to route of administration, they are classified, it is parenterally as well as orally, and both orally and parenterally. So in first generation, parenterally drugs include cephalothene, cephaloridin, cefazolin, and orally that is cefalexin, cefadoxil, and both orally and parenterally given, that is cephadrin. Second is your second generation, that is parenterally given is cefamycin, cefocidin, cefotetan, cefmetazole, and orally that is cefaclor, cefaprozil. Next is your third generation, it is parenterally given cefotazidime, cefotazidime, ceftriaxone, and orally is cefixime, cefdinirin, and third is cefibutane. Fourth generation is parenterally given is cefepime, cefpirome, and fifth generation is parenterally given is ceftobiprole. Next we come to the structures. First generation cephalosporin structure is given, and these drugs are very active against gram-positive cocci. It is pneumococci, streptococci, and they do not cross blood-brain barrier. Next, second generation structures are given. They are greater gram-negative spectrum, and they are active against gram-positive bacteria. They are more resistant to beta-lactamase, and no blood-brain barrier penetration. Next is your third generation cephalosporin structures are given. They are expanded gram-negative coverage. They are able to cross blood-brain barrier and have anti-pseudomonal activity. Next is your fourth generation cephalosporin. They are zwitter ion compound, good affinity for transpeptidase enzyme, low affinity for beta-lactamase, and cross blood-brain barrier and effective in meningitis. Next, fifth generation, that is ceftobiprole. This is active against methicillin resistance Staphylococcus aureus, and Penicillin resistance Staphylococcus pneumoniae. Now I will discuss about SAR of cephalosporin. The general structure of cephalosporin contains beta-lactam ring and dihydrothiazine ring. One position of dihydrothiazine ring, the sulfur atom is present. That is, we will discuss about the SAR of dihydrothiazine ring. That is, replacement of sulfur with oxygen lead to compound that is known as oxazepam. It has increased antibacterial activity. Second is the oxidation of ring sulfur to sulfoxide or sulfone that will lead to diminish or destroy of antibacterial activity. Third point is, that is, when we replace sulfur with methylene group, that will lead to increase in chemical stability and it has longer half-life. Second, we come to third position, that is third position carbon substituents, that is R2, they influence pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic properties as well as antibacterial properties. Next is the modification at C3 position, reduced degradation. For example, lactone or acetyl cephalosporin or cephalosporin. Next, when it replace pyridine or imidazole, then it leads to improved activity against P. aeruginosa. Next, when it displace acidoxy by azide ion, it leads to derivative with low gram-negative activity. Next, we discuss about displacement of this group with aromatic thiol result in enhancement of activity against gram-negative bacteria and also increase pharmacokinetic property. Next, last one is your when we replace acidoxy group at C3 position with methyl group or chloro group, then it lead to compound that have orally used. Next, we come to C4 position, that is, it contains COOH group, that is carboxylic acid group. So carboxylic group at position 4 is converted into ester product to increase bioavailability of cephalosporin, and it can be given orally. For example, ciprofloxacin and cifodozin. Next, we come to 7th position, which contain amide group, and to the amide group there is aryl group is there, that is R1. So acetylation of amino group increase gram positive activity and decrease gram negative potency. Next is your high antibacterial activity is observed when new acyl group are derived from carboxylic acid from gram positive bacteria. Next, substituent on aromatic ring phenyl that increase lipophilicity, provide high gram positive activity and low gram negative activity. Next, last one is your phenyl ring in the side chain can be replaced with other heterocycle with improved spectrum of activity and pharmacokinetic property. So next we come to that is olefinic linkage at C3, C4 is essential for antibacterial activity. The whole structure, this structure is known as 7-amino-cephalosporinic acid. Next we come to mechanism of action. That is generally cephalosporin act on transpeptidase enzyme, and this on acting on this enzyme inhibit transpeptidation reaction This will lead to block of peptide glycine synthesis, and due to block of peptide glycine synthesis, activation of autolytic enzyme is occurring. It does lead to increased permeability of cell membrane, and due to permeability, cell explodes and lies, and due to which death of microorganism occurs. Next, last one is we come to therapeutic uses. First generation cephalosporin are used in pharyngitis, tonsillitis, otitis, pneumonia, UTI, skin infection, bone infection, surgical prophylaxis. Second generation are used for upper RTI, pneumonia, bone infection, gonorrhea, surgical prophylaxis, meningitis. And the third generation are used for gonorrhea, meningitis, species, typhoid, surgical prophylaxis. Fourth generation cephalosporin are used for upper RTI, intra-abdominal infection. And fifth generation are used for skin infection. Thank you.